So, it's a crafting game, but survival is mostly just about paying your rent. Is it interesting to be a thought-leading juice vendor in a medieval setting? Watch on and find out.
My name is Thoraxe, and this is Strategy for Busy People. If you've got a few minutes, I'll tell you what to play.
Note, the developer provided me with a Steam key so that I could do this review. I guess they thought I was thirsty. But what they don't realize is that I'm thirsty for the truth. On this installment of Strategy for Busy People, I'm taking a look at Medieval Juice Crafter by Timeless Rush. I put about an hour and a half into this game. You know that I've reviewed a lot of crafting titles over the course of doing this review channel, and this one is definitely in that vein. With a title like Medieval Juice Crafter, you are probably not surprised to know that the game title leaves nothing to the imagination about what you will actually be doing in this game. You are crafting, and the items that you are crafting are juices, and you are doing it in a medieval setting. Okay, I think I can handle these three things, maybe. Because all games need a backstory, this one is no different. You're setting off somewhere to try to make your fortune in the juice business, and your dad or your grandpa or whatever wants you to be successful. This random bloke on the intro sailing ship decides that your orange juice is pretty good, so he offers to rent you a room in his shop space below his living space. But he doesn't ask you for first or last or a security deposit or anything, so he's obviously a sucker. Now, this is a game with quests, and I get that. But this is also a game where the tutorial is basically the quests at the beginning. And that's okay too. But what you absolutely need to understand is that you do not leave the rails no matter what, and not even in a tootle the train kind of way. No, seriously, don't do anything other than exactly what you're told to do. Why? Well, because you might get stuck. As an example, I couldn't sell any juice to anyone because I hadn't finished the right quest yet, but I went to bed on the first day before finishing all of the things that I was supposed to do. I basically ended up in this twilight zone where I legitimately just had to kill time until it was late enough to sleep, and the game doesn't have any kind of wait functionality, so it was really just kind of miserable in that regard. But fine, I got past that and got into the juicing. But you have to understand that I mean that in the most absolutely, categorically, literal sense that I possibly can. Because, and I am using the term literally, not even in the colloquial figurative way. You literally have to do the juicing yourself. Manually. With your mouse. Yes, ladies, gentlemen, and other individuals, you must use the mouse to pull the lever and then pull the other lever to do the juicing. And this is only after you click and swoop to place an individual citrus into the juicer. Oh, you wanted to juice 3 oranges? Yes, well, lucky you, you get to do this 3 times. I thought I might want to die, but I soldiered on. Then you have to put the juice into the finalizer along with water, which you have to source from the well, and you guessed it, you have to click and drag. And this time, spin the gosh darn wheel to make your juice drink in your juice tank. If you didn't think it could get worse, I assure you it can. Now, the way that you attract customers in this game is basically taken out of the crack dealer's playbook. You go around town asking if random strangers would like a free drink from your backpack juice tank. If that wasn't creepy enough, said random stranger will gladly indicate to you what their juicy preferences are. And if you fulfill a sufficient number of their juicy desires, they will reward you by promising to drink your delicious concoctions every day. Yes, this game is in the uncanny valley of creep factor on this one, folks. Because when you don't visit your now clearly addicted customers every day, they will complain that they haven't seen you in a while. You are not just a juice crafter, oh no, you are a bona fide juice dealer. But don't worry. In spite of being a creepy juice dealer in this small medieval village, you also have to wash the cups. No, I'm not joking. The juice you give or sell to your patrons is served in cups, which you also carry around with you. and no one likes drinking from a dirty cup, even an addict. So you have to bring these dirty cups back to your shop, where you can again use the water from the well to wash the damn dishes with the mouse. Scritchy, scritchy. But hey, your granddad, uncle, whatever guy sent you some plans for a mixing device that you can get the carpenter, also a juice addict, to build for you in exchange for money, which is probably some of the money he paid you to manage his addiction. But anyway, this mixer lets you, unsurprisingly, mix juice, extract you swung the mouse around to get with some other ingredients that you can buy from the vendors, who are also unsurprisingly juice addicts. Oh, and yes, in this special hell, you get to use the mouse to operate the mixing station, whose concentrate then goes, you guessed it, into the finalizer for more mouse swizzling action. Okay, but I mean, there actually is some level of strategy to this thing because more complex juices can sell for more money, and there are clearly input costs and output costs to measure here. And you do have this nifty dossier on all of your customers, and what their preferences are. So you know exactly how to apply them with your concoctions to extract maximum profit out of each and every one of them. And now that I have said all of this, this game makes me feel kind of icky in my soul. Hey, before I give my final verdict, if this is your first episode, this one's free. But if you've watched me before, we're going to make an agreement. You help me level up by clicking subscribe, and I'll keep making these videos. I'll spend the time playing the games and making content that I hope you'll like, and you'll return the favor, okay? Leave comments, tell me what you think. It's all good. You just agree to engage. That's all I ask. The final verdict. In spite of running what is clearly some kind of thinly veiled drug racketeering operation that requires literal manual mouse labor, I found myself wondering about things like how the order of ingredients that went into a juice affected its properties so that I could get that right combination of ingredients to get that new potential customer to turn into an actual customer. The game supposedly offers multiplayer, so I could see how someone who likes diddling the mouse could stay at home running all of the machines and washing dishes, and other people could be out on the street selling the juice, and still others could be finding new customers or ferrying ingredients or who knows what. So maybe there's something to not going it all alone, but isn't that what any good drug-running operation is about? On my trademark 3-point score scale of avoid, meh, and I forgot to eat, there are edible items in this game, but everything must be turned into juice. And in spite of how awful I talked everything up to be, the game scores a meh because I really did find myself thinking about it after the fact. But I couldn't bring myself to wash one more cup or squeeze one more lemon. So in the end, I packed up my juice tank and went to find another medieval village where I could start a new business. Medieval barbecue crafter. And I honestly think that someone is going to make a game about that soon if they haven't already.